think if you ask my wife, this was a hobby that got completely out of hand. Honestly, I'm a process person. I love making it. I love the smell of it. I love being around it. I love the experience of walking into that rick house and knowing that there's all these undiscovered countries there. That for me is what brings me out here to work with a lot of enthusiasm every day. I drink very little, to be honest with you, but for me, being around it every day, smelling it, tasting small amounts, seeing how things are changing, experiencing the change of seasons out here, the way the grain changes, the fermentation is different in the winter because there's colder temperatures in the fermentation area. All of that to me is just a richness of the experience of making it.
I got into distilling from brewing, and so that kind of led me down that path. It was kind of that natural progression. But I think I wanted to start a distillery because I thought I wanted to be my own boss. And I think once you are the boss, you realize, yeah, it's better to be the employee. It's a lot less stress.
Well, we're still employees. It's just we're married to the bosses.
It is definitely the grass is greener. But no, I think owning the distillery, I think the goal was when we started is let's try to make the best product possible, the best in the world. You know, we didn't want to just be like, oh, let's make a business and make some money. You know, that wasn't the goal. It was like, let's see if we can't make the best bourbon in the world and do that with North Carolina agriculture. You know, that was kind of what we were trying to do. And so I think that was the overall arching goal. Having, you know, the experience of making bourbon and then the experience of bringing people out to enjoy bourbon is cool. And it's something that we first didn't think we would do a lot of. We thought we'd do production and just sell it at ABC. And then now after, you know, the pandemic had let up, we started doing classes outside. And now we fill out every weekend, bringing people out, eating chocolate, drinking bourbon, blending their own bottle.
One of the other things we're doing every Saturday, pretty much throughout the year, I mean, I think maybe only 2 Saturdays this whole last year, we didn't run one. As part of our production, we bring people in. So we have something called the single barrel experience where people actually come to the distillery at 9 in the morning. They do mashing with us. They do the cuts off the still. We teach them all about the production process. It's all hands-on. It's a little Tom Sawyer. That way I don't have to get down on my knees and put a bunch of tri-clamps together. But it's a great experience. It's a chance for people to really hands-on do this without committing a felony, and also being able to learn from, you know, real professionals who make the best product in the world.
And it's open bar.
And it's open bar, and we do a nice catered lunch. So we get a deductible lunch, which is another great tax advantage of the single barrel experience.
For us to educate them, there's a lot of hunger for people to understand how we make it. Most people kind of first hear bourbon, they think, you know, Kentucky. And then they find out, oh, they're making it down the street. I got to go check it out. And then they actually come here, and then one of the comments we get is, "Oh, you guys are actually making really good bourbon here." Oh, like, I thought it was gonna be some moonshine still.
They're surprised. Yeah.
And so that's been one of my favorite things.
I definitely see that surprise. You know, people come in here and their expectations are very low, and they're always stunned to discover that in fact they're drinking the best small batch bourbon in the world a few miles from their house, created from grain grown a few miles from their house, and water from right under the ground here. And that's an incredibly rewarding experience for us. But also, I think people, they get excited about something and they really want to learn about it, and there's so much voodoo out there. You know, there are all these ideas about production process and where things have to come from, and just misunderstandings about what bourbon is and how it can be made and what makes it good. And then, you know, we get to be the person who opens the door to that experience. And also, it's a responsibility for us to just be dead honest with them.
Yeah. I think it's nice to know why that process can give you a $25 product that's, you know, over 100 proof. It's, you know, very economical, but you're gonna, you know, there's a reason that it's economical, you know, and to educate them why that is in the process is always fun. To educate people, and again, hopefully they'll want to drink better.
Well, and I think we're living in a great time right now where so many things are available at every part of the spectrum, right? Whether it's cheese or chocolate or beef or bourbon or beer, you can go anywhere from a really carefully handcrafted world-class product all the way to something that you pick up because you want to save money and it's the cheapest one on the shelf. And you can do that with a lot of different things. And people now are really excited and they're used to discovering what the differences are between quality levels in different things that they're purchasing. And so we're very lucky. We're in a great part of the country for that. We have a lot of consumers who are really well educated. And now I think bourbon is just like a lot of these other products where people are really starting to understand, oh my gosh, not only is there great stuff being made nearby, but there's a reason why it's so much better than what else might be out there.
For me, it's been a lot of fun to get up, meet people, and then create that fellowship too, which is cool around bourbon. Sometimes we'll have classes that are sold out and you'll pack people really tight together and they'll be total strangers. And at the end, they're exchanging numbers.
Yeah.
And that's always a fun little experience here of bringing people together. And it definitely is that social lubricant that gets people friends. And it's my favorite thing to see people that become friends after going through one of our experiences.